It's estimated more than 100 million animals are killed for fur to supply the fashion industry each year. But with new bans on the fur trade in places around the world, including in California, many customers have turned to synthetic fur, a global market expected to be worth $720 million in 2 years.
People thought, oh, plastic fur is just, it's fine. You kind of solved for the main part of like not killing the animal, but then you did not solve for the second most important part, which some people even consider the most important part, the planet.
BioFluff is solving that problem by taking to the fields to utilize agricultural waste, everything from nettle to flax, a process that's very secretive.
Imagine in a lab setting it would require, let's say, different enzymes, different, let's say, containers where the fibers would move from one container to the other container to receive the enzymatic but also chemical treatments that they need to then be softer or to change their surface properties to be more like keratin-based animal hair. We're using natural green chemicals, so there are no harsh or petrol-derived chemicals in our process.
These are the groundbreaking samples.
A short version of the natural fiber that we are using to create the first plant-based fur. What you have here on your side is the long version of a completely natural-based white fur imitation. Tries to imitate a fox fur or something longer like a raccoon or maybe a coyote. And from this base material, we then start to create color, to add color in a dyeing process using mostly natural dyes. And we can go as crazy as, for example, this kind of very colorful variation of fur, which is probably can be called a fantasy fur.
Stubler says their material is getting close to the durability of synthetic fur and to the softness of animal fur.
This is the softness that we can achieve with our material, completely based on natural plant-based fibers.
But they can adjust softness, strength, and texture to what the customer wants.
So this is usually what's used for like the collar part or the hoodie of a bomber jacket.
One major advantage of this material is that at the end of its lifespan, well, it can be composted over a several-week process and completely biodegrade. Or even if it was just left as waste in the ground, as moisture set in, it would disappear in about a year.
Stubler says BioFluff is currently working with brands like LVMH and aims to have their material in a coat this year for Stella McCartney under its brand Savion. Stubler says right now their production costs are lower than animal fur but still higher than synthetic fur. But BioFluff hopes more customers will find it worth the cost since it's one that doesn't come at the expense of the planet. Mark New, CGTN, San Francisco.